Hey everyone, welcome to 5 Minute Fridays, where we take 5 minutes to close out our week in the Word of God. Today I want to take a look at Matthew chapter 9, verse 37 and 38. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." And I share this verse with you because if you are at all familiar with the Northwest District, okay, that is the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod's district that includes Oregon, Washington, I think all of Idaho, and Alaska. This has kind of been the theme for our district for a little while now. You know, praying for, lifting up, looking for people who may have an affinity for ministry, who may show signs of having a really deep desire to share the good news of Jesus, to proclaim Jesus to all of creation, to go and make disciples, to share their faith. And as I was reading this and I was thinking about, man, what can we be doing? How can we be doing that? It just hit me to be praying about it. To be praying about who in our lives is maybe God preparing for a ministry role. Who are you seeing right around you? You know, maybe it's in your church, maybe it's in your school, maybe it's at work, maybe it's just in your neighborhood. Who are you seeing who God might be priming up for ministry, for harvest work? Because like Jesus says here, there is plenty to do, but there aren't necessarily enough people to do it. So that's the first thing I want you to take away from today, is this idea of who in your life is God lifting up, potentially for ministry. And then here's what I want you to do with that person or those people that pop up in your heads. I want you to pray for them. I want you to lift them up to God. I want you to entrust them to God. I want you to ask God, work on Billy's heart. You know, work on Stevie's heart. Work on little Miss Susie's heart, you know, whoever it is. Work on their heart, Lord, and direct them where you would want them to go. But then here's the second thing I want you to do. I want you to go talk to that person. I want you to reach out to that person. I want you to share why you prayed for them in the first place. Because by encouraging them, by pointing out to them, hey, this is what I'm seeing you do. Have you ever thought of maybe pursuing ministry? You have no idea what God may be doing in their heart, that maybe that conversation is what springboards them into becoming a teacher, a DCE, a worship leader, a pastor, a deacon, a deaconess, an elder, who knows, whatever it is. That conversation may be what God was priming them for, so that as you encourage them, they would not only consider a career in ministry, a career in the harvest field, but would then pursue it. So who has God placed around you that you think might be being primed for ministry? Pray for them and then reach out to them. That's what I encourage you to do. Because all of us have been invited into the ministry. All of us have been invited into the harvest fields. And you know what? I believe in my heart of hearts, to an extent, all of us engage with that work. But even if every single Christian engaged with the work of the harvest, there would still be those left untouched. There would still be need for more workers, because y'all, like Jesus says, the harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. There's fewer of us than there are of them. And so as we continue to encourage people to pursue active ministry where it is their sole focus, we are simply expanding the reach of the kingdom, the reach of the harvest workers, the reach of those who are bringing the good news in awesome and incredible ways. Not to say what you're doing or what I'm doing isn't enough, but to say you can never have too many. Because like Jesus has already identified, there's plenty of work to go around. So who in your life has Jesus identified as someone who can bring his message of grace and salvation to the world? Pray for them and engage with them. And let's see what God does as we actively pursue building up his workforce for the incredible harvest that is all around us.